everyone, and welcome to another Sim video. Happy Pride, everybody. I am really excited, obviously for Pride, but today I am making Sims that are inspired by Pride flags because I want to celebrate this month being a part of the community, and I got a bunch of Pride CC just because I wanted to see more things be represented in game, and I wanted to put it to use. Our first sim up is being inspired by the non-binary flag, and you will see that my style throughout the video does change from being like a first-time mom of a first like openly queer sim to just like represented by flags. Like this sim is heavily just all the Pride CC that I found just in the non-binary swatch, but I do love them very much. And yeah, basically this first sim was just me like going with the Pride CC that I have because I felt like it was very easy to do that with these colors. Like I made sure to at least tone it down a little bit. just a little bit. But I really enjoy the look. It's kind of edgy, but not really. You know. Our next sim is the gay flag or the MLM flag. I'm not exactly sure. I hear it changes a lot. And also, in my mind, MLM means multi-level marketing. So I always have to remember that one. I do have to say this was one of the hardest ones to do, because not only are male sims, male presenting sims at least, like masculine, severely underrepresented when it comes to clothes that, one, look good, two, have fun swatches. So basically all I really did for him was tried to find light blue and teal and go with it. I do love him very much. But like I said, it was really hard, especially when it came to trying to find stuff within the Pride CC packs. The MLM flag is also severely underrepresented. And this is just by custom content, to be completely honest. They were more represented in the stuff that Maxis has made instead of the CC, but then again, the CC that I have in my game was made, I think, over a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, and I think the flag has really just, like, become more well-known within, like, the last year or so. So I understand, but also I wish people would update that kind of stuff, because another issue I was finding with the CC that we find later on is that when we get to our lesbian sim, a lot of the stuff had the flag that is like rooted in transphobia, you know, like the red one, not the sunset one. And I'm like, should we really have this in here? I don't think so. Again, it's not my place to speak on it, but I have been surrounded by enough people to know that the sunset flag is the one that most people choose to go with. But back to the sim at hand. I did find it very hard to try and dress him not only looking good, but also not pushing it like I did the other one. But that's because I didn't have as many resources to dress him as I have with all the other sims, because men don't get as many cool clothing, and the MLM flag just isn't really represented. Up next is our lesbian sim. She may look a little familiar from a rainbow challenge that I did a while ago. I don't remember if I made it a video. I think it was only a stream. Oh well. But I changed up a little of her features because I really like the big eyes. At least when it comes to creating sims and casts. Playing with sims, I like a more semi-realistic looking sim, but when it comes to creating a sim and cast, I love the big eyes. I've fallen in love with it from TikTok. What can I say? But this is our lesbian sim. I did like lean more towards obviously the sunset flag, but that's because that's the flag that most people like, you know. So there's a lot of pinks and oranges, and can I just say, she ends up being, I think, my favorite sim out of the entire video. Not because I like pink and orange, I just like the way that she came out, because it's done kind of the most subtly, while also clearly not being subtle at all. And I like comparing to my first sim, the non-binary sim that we made. They're two completely different styles. One is just like really in your face, and then this one is just like, she could probably exist outside of this challenge. I don't know, but I really liked the idea of bringing in the colors into the hair, because originally I was just gonna do it where they had like natural hair and then like decorate their clothes and their makeup. And then eventually I'm like, no, the hair and the eyes should go with it as well. And eventually I go back and change our gay sim to have hair that matches. But yeah, see, this is where I'm just like, do I go all out and just put the flag everywhere? No, I don't. I at least put the flag as a choker. And then I really just wanted to like have a touch of it, so I went with like an orange skirt, which kind of is a little loud, but like, this is coming from me, who tends to dress their sims in a lot of jeans and t-shirts because style scares me sometimes. But I really kind of went like laid back with her, and I really liked it, because not only is it like loud, and that is a really orange shirt, and then the shoes, I'm like, it feels like it shouldn't go together, but it somehow does. Like, also, I have this really bad habit of knee-high boots and then thigh-high socks. I cannot explain to you why. Also, I went to Click Accessories because I wanted to do something with... I wanted to give her rings and they would clash with her eyes, her eyelashes. And I accidentally pressed the X button. Like, I get it. But, fuck you, man. Up next, we have our Pansexual sim. My best friend is pan, and like all of my friends, including myself, I'm at least pan romantic. I am asexual, but I ended up using my sim self for this, because being pan isn't something I always am truly open about. Mainly because it's not something I was in tune with for a really long time. Because I do identify as asexual, so I never really looked into the romantic aspect. I'm just like, I don't want anything with anybody, but like, the more I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, there's still something there, bestie. But basically for this one, like I said, I wanted to make the hair kind of represent the flag as well. And one thing that I really noticed is like, I'm like, yeah, I love the subtleties, and then I just keep flipping back and forth, because this one clearly isn't really subtle at all. But I still love it nonetheless, and I kind of wanted to go more edgy with her because it's just how I felt when I put the beanie on. I'm like, this is an edgy sim. And I know it's based on my sim self, like, this is a sim base that I made to represent myself, but this is not my style at all. Like, I adore, like, the heavier style. I just, that's not me. I kind of dress more like 70s color palette, relaxed fit stuff. But I really adore this style, and I feel like it went the best with the beanie, the hair dyed streaks, the hair color. And like I said, I was originally going to go with way edgier. Or that I was, I think I yeah, I was gonna go with the pride pants, and then realized it might be a little bit too much to have pride pants and pride hat. So I ended up going with this top because it's a very subtle version of the flag, because you still have the blue, you still have the yellow, and eventually I was looking for pink pants and I found them, and I'm like, it is pride, it's just subtle. Which I do like. And I kind of ended up figuring that for most of these Sims, it made sense to have the flag at least one place on them instead of like all over them, like the first one. But up next we have our trans Sim. And I love her very much. You may see that I have all these bases and you're wondering where they come from. These are Sims that I have played with in the past, and I was going through my like personal library and my gallery and like remembering these Sims, and in my mind this Sim was always trans before the pronoun update even came out. So this challenge is also me kind of revisiting our Sims. Obviously I didn't give them pronouns in the game, and I almost wish I did, but I just wanted to get the styles out there, because I didn't end up naming them, because technically they already had names when I played with them, but I just wanted the pride to show through. I didn't want the names to take over, basically, because I kind of wanted it to be like you could feel represented in this Sim no matter who you are, instead of like, oh, they have a name, they're a separate entity. I wanted it to represent anybody that wanted to identify with them. But this Sim I always identified as trans, male to female, and I absolutely have always adored her. And I was trying to figure out, I'm like, I want to give her like pink hair, but I don't want to give her like the bright magenta-y pink, because that's just not the trans flag. And I also gave that bright pink to our pan Sim because magenta is a color of the pan flag. And then I remembered that this hair has the accessory, and it has some swatches that aren't Sim swatches. So I ended up making her hair white, because I always forget sometimes that certain flags like have white in them. I kind of like lean towards the colors. I forgot that I had white in it, and I'm like, just give her white hair and then add the light pink on top. And I love this outfit. I'm like, this is something I'd wear. It's not, but I love it all together nonetheless. And our last Sim, this is our Asexual Sim. I absolutely adore the way that he came out. When I first started making these Sims, I was kind of trying to avoid using the face paints, because I felt like it was kind of a cop-out, but then I'm like, your first Sim literally has the flag all over them. The lesbian Sim has the lesbian flag around her neck. Pan Sim has the pan flag on her hat. I'm like, just go with it, basically. So, and because like I said, there's not a lot. Men can obviously wear makeup, but it's just not the norm that's truly accepted. And I kind of wanted to just go out of my comfort zone. Like, I do put makeup on them, but I'm like, what's more of a fuck you than like not just like a subtle eyeshadow, but like on the face. I'm like, this feels like what he would do. I feel like I'm talking out of my ass, but whenever I make a Sim, I like channel their personality. And to me, he is like a sweet, just a sweet little guy. So I kind of wanted to make things subtle in a way while still like pointing at it, I guess. And then just, he had one of the easiest outfits. It's purple and black, but I still love it nonetheless. I'm not ending nothing, but we're coming to the end, and all I can say is happy Pride Month. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Pride Month, and know that you are loved, you are accepted, you will always have a home here at the Media Read channel. and I will see you tomorrow. I almost forgot my entire schedule there. Bye.